and thanks to all my friends for coming. Yeah, I'm just totally freaked out to be up here. I have like stage fright. I feel like I'm gonna wet my pants and cry. But if you laugh, that'll make it worth it. But it's not really a lack of confidence. It's sort of like too much confidence. Because it's kind of like, if I bomb it tonight, how am I going to be the youngest person to host the Oscars next year? It's all good. Actually, I got the idea to try stand-up because, just going to take a breath. Because I did yoga this semester, and I was pretty bad at it, at all the standing up, and my teacher sort of just laughed all the time. And so I was like, this is great. Just trying to stand up, I spread joy. So I thought I'd give it a whirl. But yeah, no, really this time. The reason that I wanted to try stand up was because it's like college, and we like do these. There we go. We do experimental things in college, and you try things that you might not be good at, and college is just so great. It's like so much better than high school, right? Because like in high school, yeah, thank you, Maya. Yeah, I mean high school, okay, I was really nerdy and lonely in high school. I was really socially inept, and I think, with nerdy guys, there's all these movies out now about how no matter how socially inept and nerdy they are, they can get these gorgeous, socially adept women. There's a lot of movies like that. I mean, all of the Judd Apatow ones. A lot of the guys up here play the nerdy card but get so much pussy. It's ridiculous. And in high school, as a nerdy girl, it's just the opposite. Oh my god. Okay, so I was so lonely in high school. I would look at the pregnant girls in the hallway. I wish this wasn't true, but I would get jealous. But it's not for the reason you think. It's because, at least they had one friend. That was for my friend Janie. But in college, I guess the perk of being socially problematic as a lady is that it's really good birth control. Really, really good. So all your friends are like, oh, are you on the pill? And you're just kind of like, no, I teach a Harry Potter ExCo. and it's better, because my boobs aren't all tender all the time, and absolutely no one wants to sleep with me. So that's nice. That's my cheat sheet. But yeah, okay, so being a nerd, one of the things, it's weird, it's a word that gets thrown around a lot, and I don't know if everybody understands what it means all the time. To me, it means watching British television on your computer late at night, illegally, because it's not on Netflix, even though you checked. But that makes you a badass nerd, so it's okay, yeah. But I was thinking a lot about it, because, I didn't want this word, nerd, to be hollow, it means something to me, but anyways. I was thinking, the difference between British humor and American humor and British humor. Gotta get the parallelism right. This is hard. This is really hard. Everybody is great, by the way. But the difference between American humor and British humor is kind of the difference between a fart joke and a riddle. Right? And some people laugh at different things. So some people like British humor, like being confused. And people who watch American movies, like the ones I just mentioned, where the nerds always get the sexy girls, is that's a fart joke over and over. But whatever, so, something that actually does make me mad, that doesn't really make me mad, but something that truly makes me mad. And I think angry people are hilarious, so this is my go-to joke if I'm totally bombing. But it's okay, politics, right? It used to be we said first world and third world, and now we say developed nations and developing countries. And I think this is sort of weird because the only difference seems to be is that it used to be that only a couple countries at a time were completely and totally fucked, and now we're all completely and totally screwed all the time, no matter who you are, but it's the developed nations do it to the developing nations, so it's kind of like a family. but I guess but you know, like they use like their wealth to like oppress, you know, poorer countries. So it's kind of like a mafia family. But yeah, there's that. Shit. I'm so terrible. Thanks. Yeah, just, you know, stock the room with your friends and it'll all go well. But yeah, like, okay, so the world sucks. It's a mess. I mean, it really is, and that's not funny. But the other thing is, like, people aren't thankful enough at all for what we do have. I mean, not just in this country, but just sort of like waking up every day and, you know, like my great-grandparents on both sides came to this country from like these completely terrible circumstances, like pogroms in Russia in the 1890s and like Czechoslovakian farms when they were in Czechoslovakia, so please don't ask me to say Czech Republic because I don't know which one it was at the time. Might have been Slovakia, whatever. And so it's like, we're not thankful enough. Like, people lived and died. My ancestors lived and died to get to this country so that in 2011, I could spend 5 hours on Tumblr searching for Star Trek erotica. And that's great, and you know, I wanted to set aside time every day to be grateful, just like a little time, just like in the morning and at night, but then I started using that time to search for Star Trek erotica. But I guess what I'm saying is I'm grateful, yeah. Oh, one thing I want to correct while I'm up here, because like something nice, I guess, about stand-up comedy is that you kind of are given a mic and like lots of people staring at you. But no, it's great. Such a rush. Yeah, no, honestly, like, one thing I just want to set the record straight, like, before I have to leave and get off the stage and go cry for an hour in the bathroom. I'll be here all week. Thanks. Is that getting catcalled is not a compliment. Like, a lot, right? Like, a lot of girls have this, even, like, feministy ladies, like, have this idea that getting catcalled is like a compliment. And it's sort of weird, because it's like, what guy thinks, hey, that lady is so hot, I'm gonna startle her. I'm gonna like roll down my window and like jerk her out of her reveries with some like sexist shit or whatever. And it's so weird because like the other thing is like I never get catcalled when I look good. You really only get catcalled. Thank you. Right? Okay. No, but you don't. You really don't. I was in Chicago for spring break where I live, and I got catcalled in like sweatpants, and I hadn't like showered in 4 days, and I was just walking my dog. Like I just like didn't give a shit. I mean, I barely left the house. I was playing Sims. It was awesome. But like, yeah, no. And so like so these guys just like roll up and like say like, hey, nice body or something, and I'm just like, really? Like, really? Can you even see my body? I don't even get it. But I think the logic is like they're so desperate that they think, I look so desperate that they think that I'll just like jump into bed with any guy who like freaks me out while I'm walking my dog. And it's really funny because I think like especially in Chicago when guys see like this girl who like is just not trying on the street, they're just like, oh yeah, like easy. But like they didn't know I was from Oberlin, and I just cultivate that look on the daily. It's not a regular. Yeah, Erica, that's for you. But yeah, actually in general, I think most straight guys are like way worse at getting girls than they think. Way worse. One thing that like they do is, they'll like come up to you and they'll compliment your body, and like how does that get me hot? Like I know I have a bomb-ass body. Thanks, but like tell me something I don't know, and then maybe I'll be like attracted to you for your intelligence. But everybody's laughing uncomfortably because like the truth is that arrogant girls aren't as attractive to people as arrogant guys, and that's just true. Like arrogant